What's going on, my Trainer Club? Today we are going to check out the counter guide for the Generation 1 Kanto birds in Pokemon Go to make sure you guys know everything you have to do about Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres in Pokemon Go. So, welcome to the Trainer Club! Here we go! Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, are you guys excited about all of the Generation 1 legendaries coming to Pokemon Go? Oh man, this is an exciting time. All of these are so nostalgic for me, so I am very excited. So before we get into it, I did talk about it in the Mewtwo counters. Number 1, join my Discord if you want more free raids. Number 2, if you want more premium raids with more shiny potentials and you want to participate in my competition inter-Discord to see which group can get the most shinies, which is going to be a lot of fun. Will Alpha be number 1 again? I'm very curious. Also in the pinned comments below, something that you guys may want to choose to invest $10 per month in to get you more friends and more potential rank ups and more shinies. These legendaries are going to be live from Saturday, the morning of the Kanto Tour, which is going to be 9 a.m. all the way until Monday, March 1st at 8 a.m. local time, which then we're going to switch over into the March events in Pokemon Go, which will probably be a new raid boss. So normally speaking, I would give you guys all different counters for each and every Pokemon. However, all of these birds, all 3 of them, have a common weakness that is going to be rock. So we will check that out in a second to make sure you guys know exactly what's going on. So starting off, we're gonna go over Articuno, Zapdos, then Moltres. I'm gonna give you the IVs, and then we're gonna go into the counters, the top shadows, and then the top counters without the shadows, and I'm gonna give you a recommendation as far as which Pokemon I would use, because you can use some universal ones pretty much for all of them, and exploit their double weaknesses for some of them as well. So starting off, we do have Articuno. Articuno's 100% IV, maxed out, it's gonna be 3450. It is a little bit more heavy on the defense. It's going to have a double weakness to rock, a single weakness to steel, fire, and electric. So that double rock weakness is what we are going to exploit. The 100% IV is gonna be 1743 on this Pokemon under level 20, every condition but 2 conditions. It's gonna be ice as well as flying. So it's gonna get boosted in the snowy weather and the windy weather. All of the birds will get boosted in the windy weather and have a select other boost as well. Level 25 is gonna be 2179 for the Articuno. And then moving on to Zapdos. Zapdos is going to be an electric and flying type Pokemon. It's gonna max out 100% IVs at 3987. It has an attack value of 253, which is its highest stats in comparison to the defense and stamina. This Pokemon is gonna have a single weakness to rock and a single weakness to ice. So rock being the common thread between the first one and the second one, I think you might be able to see why I'm gonna be making one counter guide for all 3 of these Pokemon, because they are all flying types in conjunction with other typings. The Zapdos, 100% IV, all conditions except 2 conditions, is gonna be 2015 at level 20. Then boosted under the 2 conditions, which are going to be windy weather as well as rainy weather. 100% IVs at level 25 are gonna be 2519. And the next Pokemon is going to be Moltres, being the final of the 3. Some of you guys may wonder, why did I go Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres? I don't know if you guys do know this. I've mentioned it in some of my other videos, and I was enlightened about it a while back. I think it was from Matt Fitz. Articuno, uno, 1 in Spanish. Zapdos, 2, dos in Spanish. Moltres, which is 3 in Spanish as well. So Moltres, being the 3rd of them, is going to have a level 50 100% IV at 3917. It's going to have an attack at 251, which is going to be the highest value of the 3 compared to the defense and stamina. And as far as the weaknesses go, this one's going to have 3 weaknesses. It is going to have a double weakness to rock, because fire and flying are both weakness to rock. Then we're going to have water for the fire and electric for the flying. So rock is prevailing throughout Articuno, as well as the Moltres are gonna be double weak to rock, and Zapdos is gonna be single weak to rock. 100% IVs at level 20 under every condition but 2 conditions is gonna be 1980. And then next, those 2 conditions, which are gonna boost it to level 25, is gonna be sunny weather as well as windy weather. It's gonna go all the way to level 25 at 2475, which then is gonna lead us into our top counters. So what are gonna be the top counters for each and every Pokemon that we are checking out? Articuno is going to take 1.78 trainers to take this Pokemon down, so a duo is definitely possible. I don't think a solo is possible on this particular one as of yet. Maybe once a Mega T-Tar comes in and it does have that rock boosted move, it will be possible. So the number 1 counter, being that it's double weak to rock, is going to be Rampardos, 457 seconds, followed by the Shadow Tyranitar with Smackdown and Stone Edge, Smackdown being the Calm Day move. And then without these shadows, we have the number 2 counter, which is going to be Smackdown, Rock Wrecker, Calm Day move on the Rhyperior. Rhyperior, the only thing that we have to worry about is its combined with ground, and ground is going to be weak to ice. So that one is slightly more susceptible than some of the others. And then in counter spot number 3, we have Smackdown Rock Slide on Terrakion. Great Pokemon to use. And then next we have the Tyranitar non-shadow form, which is obviously beaten out by the shadow form, but the non-shadow form is still relatively effective with that Comde move of Smackdown and Stone Edge combination. And then we have Gigalith with Smackdown and Rock Slide, followed by Omastar with Rock Throw and Rock Slide combination. And then next we do have the Charizard in the Mega Form Y. However, be careful with this Pokemon. The moveset is Fire Spin and Blast Burn, but it is also going to be weak to the Ancient Power coming from the Articuno, and it is also a double weak to rock Pokemon, so that move's going to hit that Pokemon pretty hard, which is why it's down on the counter list. I would definitely stick towards the top, being that there are more double rock weakness Pokemon. And then we have Darmanitan with Fire Fang and Rock Slide combination. That Pokemon is also going to be single weak to the Ancient Power. So if you guys do want to pause here and check out a little bit more of the down counters, I'm not going to go over too many of them because we have a lot to cover here. So that's where it's going to be. Now we're going to move on to the Zapdos. Moving on to the Zapdos. Zapdos is going to take 2.18 trainers to take it down. Maybe potentially a duo is possible with strong trainers and the right weather conditions, but let's just start at 3 for you guys. And then we have the counter. So Zapdos, like we talked about, is only going to be weak to 2 things, rock being one of those, Shadow Mamoswine in counter number 1 with Powder Snow Avalanche, and then Tyranitar with the Smackdown Stone Edge combination in the shadow form as well. And then in the non-shadows, we have Rhyperior with the Smackdown Rock Wrecker Comde move, which is going to be counter spot number 1. Counter spot number 2 is actually going to be the Mega Abomasnow. Being that it's grass, it's going to be resisting electric, so that's going to be a good Pokemon to use here. However, it's not necessarily necessary because Rhyperior is sitting in spot number 1. And then we're going to go on to the Mamoswine with Powder Snow Avalanche, and you may see and ask yourself, why are there a little bit of change in these Pokemon? So Zapdos being electric and ground being paired in with these guys, they are going to resist electric. So that's why the Rampardos is not in number 1 spot, and it's not double weak to rock. That's why we have the pair down with the Rhyperior as well as the Mamoswine, being that they're both ground type Pokemon. They can absorb that electricity because they are going to be double resistant to electric. But then we have the Rampardos. Rampardos is going to be in counter spot number 4, followed by Terrakion with Smackdown and Rock Slide combination. And then we have the Galarian Darmanitan with the Ice Fang and Avalanche combination as well. And then we have Tyranitar with Smackdown and Stone Edge combination, followed by Glaceon with Frost Breath and Avalanche combination. So then if you guys do want to pause here and check out some of the lower counters, honestly speaking guys, the easiest way to set it up, number 1 is just use the auto populator, or number 2, just use rock type Pokemon. It's going to make your life a whole lot easier. That Rhyperior is sitting in a mighty fine prime spot, especially because it's really strong and it resists pretty much everything out there except for the ice moves. But the only real ice move that you have to really look out for is going to be the Blizzard combination. Obviously Ice Beam will hit pretty hard as well, but Blizzard's really going to be the one that you're going to have to dodge around using Rhyperior. And then moving on to the 3rd, we have the Moltres. Moltres being double weak to rock. I think you guys can guess what the counters are going to be. Number 1 is going to be Shadow Tyranitar, Smackdown Comde move, Stone Edge combination. Number 2 is going to be the Rampardos with the Smackdown and Rock Slide combination. So that's going to be the shadow forms that we're checking out, which then into the non-shadow forms in counter spot number 2 is going to be the Rock Wrecker Rhyperior with the Smackdown quick move, and that's going to be the spot number 2. Pretty unanimous throughout all the counters that Rampardos and the Rhyperior are going to be prevailing as the top couple counters to use. And then we have the Terrakion with the Smackdown and Rock Slide combination, followed by the regular Tyranitar with the Smackdown Comde move and the Stone Edge combination. And then we have the Gigalith with the Smackdown and the Rock Slide combination, followed by Aerodactyl with Rock Throw and Rock Slide combination. That one will have a Mega at some point, which is really exciting for us. And then we have Mega Ampharos as well as Landorus. So if you guys do want to pause here and check out some of the other counters, you guys can do that right now. So with all that said, guys, let's go over not the weather conditions, because there's plenty of weather conditions out there that are going to affect these Pokemon. The ones I'm going to point out is windy weather is going to boost all the Pokemon to level 25. So be cautious of that. It's going to make them stronger if they do have the flying type moves, but it's really not that big of a deal because most of this stuff is not weak to flying, if any of it is even weak to flying. And then also it's going to boost these Pokemon up so you can catch them weather boosted. And then obviously we do have rainy weather, which is going to boost the Zapdos. We do have snowy weather, which is going to boost the Articuno for the second boost. And then we have sunny weather, which is going to boost the Moltres as well. So maybe utilizing those conditions to hunt specific Pokemon during those time frames to be able to get them boosted would be to your benefit. So with all that said, guys, what would be the unanimous party if I could give you one that's going to dominate these Pokemon? So Rampardos sits in there. We do have the Shadow Tyranitar that sits in there that's really good. We also have the Rhyperior that sits in there as well. Although it's gonna be weak to ice, honestly speaking, I would just go in there with that anyway because it's gonna dominate some of these Pokemon, especially when it is weak to ice. It's going to be double effective against that Articuno because Articuno is gonna be double weak to rock. So that's going to help you out and you can always dodge as well. So any of these rock type Pokemon are amazing. You can also use the Terrakion, which is going to work well in your favor. So get your rock type Pokemon out, have a lot of fun, and get yourself some shinies. So that's gonna do it, guys. Appreciate you being here. Likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody take your support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.